Elpenor, how could you journey to the land of the dead faster than I?
Son of great Laertes, Odysseus, I fell to my death while climbing down from Circe's roof. As the night before, I drank too much wine and became heavily intoxicated. While climbing down the ladder, bad luck must have struck me as I missed a step, falling down, snapping my neck as I hit the ground. Once you leave the land of the dead and return to the living world, please never forget me and my body, left to rot on Circe's island unburied. Once you return to the island of Circe once again, burn my corpse and gear.
Elpenor, I promise you the borrow and the burial.
I understand that all you seek is a safe passage home. However, anguish lies ahead as you have angered the god Poseidon by blinding his son Polyphemus. There's only one path that you can take to avoid his blows. Throughout your journey, you and your men must remember to have self-restraint and do not fall into temptation. Upon landing on the island of Thrinacia, you will find the grazing herds of Helios. Avoiding these cattle, stay focused on your journey, and remain strong will bring you back home to Ithaca. However, if you choose to harm those cattle, your crew and ship will be destroyed. You alone will survive and be lost for years, but eventually you will make it home to find your house filled with suitors who eat your livestock and court your lady. You shall make these men pay with their blood. But after you have despair with those suitors, travel the land and sea until you find a place where men have lied without knowing the seas. When a passerby says, "What winnowing fan is that upon your shoulder?" You have found the spot where you will make a sacrifice to Lord Poseidon.
Tiresias, my life continues then as the gods dictated. But tell me this, I have seen the ghost of my mother among the dead, sitting in silence, without even bothering to glance over or to speak to me. May I ask how she may come to know of my presence?
In few words and simply, any dead man you allow to enter where the blood is will speak with you and say the truth. But those who deny will grow remote and fade.
Mummy?
Child, why have you come here to the gloomy land of the dead while you're still alive? There's nothing here to see in this lonely, desolate place. Say now, have you come here after the battle of Troy with your men? Have you visited Ithaca and your wife?
Mother, I have come to the land of death in order to find the prophecy from Tiresias' shade. I have not reached my homeland yet, but we have encountered rough seas when I joined Lord Agamemnon as we sailed to fight the men of Troy. But mother, I must ask what caused you to be pinned down in death. Was it disease that ravaged you for years, or arrows that have flown down from Artemis? Tell me of father and my son I have all left. Do they still control my place, my honors, or have other men stolen it away? Do these men say I shall not return back to Ithaca? And tell me about my wife and what she thinks with her child, or has she married again to the West Achaeans?
Still worth a child indeed, poor heart, in your palace hall. As days go by, she spends her life weeping. But no man takes your honored place. Telemachus is taking care of your land, and holds the public honor of magistrate, feasting and being feasted. But your father is country-bound and doesn't visit the land anymore. And doesn't own anything anymore. He just lies in bed, rolled in old cloaks, sitting next to embers with his slaves. And at the end of the summer, when the leaves fall and fill his vineyard, they get heaped into windrows, making his lowly bed. Even now, with his aching heart, he's longing for your return, while he ages. I too, pinned, doomed, befell me. I didn't die from any illness, nor I was killed. I died because of the loneliness in my heart for you, Odysseus.
Mother, will you not hold still so I can embrace you in my arms, or are you just not capable of letting me? Is this just another hallucination set by Persephone to make me suffer?
No, my son, daughter of Zeus Persephone has not created an illusion for you. Once immortals have come here after death, they are no longer made of flesh, bone, or sinew because they have been burned down by the bright-hearted fire.
Son of Atreus, Agamemnon, what was the cause that brought you down here? Were you at sea when Poseidon blew a great gust of wind to send you under the water? Or were you in a fight on the mainland?
Son of Laertes, Odysseus, I did not die from any of the things you have listed, but was instead Aegisthus and all of all people, my wife, who were responsible for my death. We were feasting in the halls when the slaughter of my fellows and I began. Each and every one of us were brutally killed.
Dreadful. That was how Zeus expressed his hatred of the sons of Atreus, through intrigues of women. Many had died by Helen's fault, and Clytemnestra had plotted against you from across the world.
Let this be a warning to you. Don't ever indulge in a woman or tell her all you know. Not that I see risks for you, Odysseus, for your wife is too wise. The child she cared for by now must be a grown man, and a lucky one too. One day you will see him again, and he will embrace you with respect. My own wife hadn't even let me see my own son before ending my life. There is one thing I will advise, however. Land your ship secretly on your island without warning. The day of faithful wives is gone forever. But tell me, have you learned anything about my son's life?
Why do you ask such questions of me? I have not received any news from home, neither do I have any news of your son. Empty words from me would only be evil.
Farewell then, Odysseus.